Hello, I'm the Mayor, Cheryl Brothers. I'm here today to bring you updated information on what the City of Fountain Valley has been doing, will be doing into the future. I have with me here today Chief Ron Cookston from the Fire Department and Chief Matt Shepard from the Police Department. Seeing this currently, you either have cable TV or you have access to a computer. I want to remind everyone that the city website will have daily updates if needed. So please refer to the city website on current information. A few notes that we've heard questions on. Trash pickup will be on its regular schedule. If you need to pay a water bill, we have an outside drop here at City Hall. And if you need to talk to somebody in the city, we recommend first phone call or email is the best way to contact us. If you must come to City Hall, follow directions outside the door, and there is a space available to drop things off. That's if you're directed to come to City Hall. If you just have questions, we'd like you to email or call us. That's the best way to reach us if you have questions. I'd like to turn it over now to our Police Chief, Matt Shepard.
Thank you, Mayor. It's Police Chief Matt Shepard. I'd like everybody to know that the Police Department is currently operating to provide the highest level of service to the community with what's currently going on in our communities. We're in this together. I understand that these are very difficult times, but we will make it through this as we collectively work together. To keep the public and our employees safe during these difficult times, we've enacted the following service changes at the Police Department. We've implemented alternative methods to communicate with the public that does not require face-to-face contact, and we've increased our staffing to handle additional phone calls as needed. We've established an email dedicated specifically for information or any additional requirements or questions that you may have of the police department, and that you can speak with a live person via email. While we're handling all non-emergency calls via non-face-to-face contact, we want to ensure the public that if you call 911, we are going to be there to assist you. But all non-essential services that we can provide over the telephone or through alternative means of communication, we're going to continue to do what we need to do to keep our citizens and our employees safe. The enhanced capability to communicate with the public has allowed us for the closure of the front lobby of the police department to facilitate moving in the direction of safety. We recognize that the public staying home, there's going to be more cars parked on the roadway, and therefore throughout the month of April, we have ceased all parking enforcement operations related to street sweeping. All community events have been postponed that the police department and the city had on the schedules. Also, our department, to maintain vital resources, we've canceled and moved forward with putting as many personnel in the station and on the streets. All department training has been postponed that is not essential. While we're taking all the necessary precautions to protect the public and our employees, know that your police department is going to continue to operate as we move through these challenging times. Our City Emergency Operational Center is in full operation, and we're coordinating our response in collaboration with our city departments, local hospitals, local cities, state and federal partners to provide the best possible service during these times. I'm in constant communication with the other Orange County Chiefs of Police, Orange County Sheriff, and other law enforcement leaders in the state so that we can learn from each other and provide the best opportunity of success. We're aware that there's been several orders that have come from local, state, and federal partners at different levels They all apply to the city of Fountain Valley. And know that the members of the police department will be providing education on all of the orders and will seek to promote compliance with each and every one of these orders. We are asking the public to comply with social distancing and not put our police officers in a position where they must issue an enforcement citation. One more thing, you've probably noticed on the roadways that there's been a decrease in traffic. While it's much easier to get from point A to point B, we realize that the speeds on the roadways may be increasing at this time. We're asking everybody to please obey the safe speed laws, obey the speed limit, because increased speeds during these times could result in traffic collisions, and increased speeds can result in more severe injuries. If you have an emergency, dial 911. We're there for you. If you need to contact the police department for any non-emergency or business-related matter, please call 714-593-4485. Additionally, you can use the following email, which is a direct link to a live person during normal business hours. It's fvpdinfo@fountainvalley.org. Or you can visit our police department website at fvpd.org. Please remember to practice social distancing and wash your hands. Collectively, we can be part of the solution as we navigate through these challenging times.
Thank you for that information, Chief. Now I'd like to introduce our Fire Chief, Ron Cookston, who will have an update on what our fire department is doing.
Thank you, Mayor. Hello, I'm Ron Cookston, the Fire Chief of Fountain Valley. A lot of the things that I have to speak to you about today, I will be echoing what Chief Shepard has already shared as far as the pathways that took us to where we are right now. I will tell you, operating out of the Emergency Operations Center, we've been able to collaborate with all city departments and especially in our public service model that we share with police department. The situation is very fluid. Some days it changes hour to hour. Sometimes it changes day to day. Originally, when we started dealing with this and realizing that we had some challenges for your safety and for the safety of our public safety operators, people were subject to a 14-day quarantine, which we've now changed from a position of containment to a position of mitigation. And our mitigation practices are to make sure that ourselves and most importantly you are protected. So if the fire department were to come on an emergency medical call to your house, normally you would see a team of paramedics and 2 EMTs come into your house to assist you with whatever your needs were. To create social distancing and to protect the people that are caring for you and yourself, you will see one person coming in. They may look a little bit different than they normally do. They'll be wearing gloves, goggles, a mask, and a gown. The fire department has multiple contingency plans in the event that firefighters get exposed and start showing symptoms and aren't able to report to duty. Over this last week, we've had some potential exposures. All the fire department has returned to duty and we're fully staffed. And we're taking every effort that we can to make sure that we're ready to respond for you. In addition, the fire department runs multiple types of calls, including fires and hazardous materials calls. The type of call that we run the most, about 85% of our calls, are emergency medical calls. The manager that looks after our paramedic program is our EMS manager, Shelley Bruckman. Let's hear a few comments from earlier.
Hello everybody, my name is Shelley Bruckman. I'm the EMS manager for Fountain Valley Fire Department. Our priority is to ensure the wellness and safety of our personnel and our high-risk populations, older adults and people with chronic medical conditions. The wellness and safety of our personnel will ensure that we maintain our level of response and ensure that our ability to respond to 911 emergencies. Our fire department's response to COVID-19 started in January of this year. We are screening our 911 calls at the dispatch level for COVID-19 risk. If the dispatch screen is positive, then our fire crews receive advance notification and can implement our COVID-19 plan. For those calls we do not have advance warning, we have developed criteria to implement our plan. We have increased our personal protective supplies for the fire department and have plans in place to replenish those supplies as the outbreak continues through our county and state partners. We are updating our personnel as the outbreak develops. As you may be aware, the outbreak is very fluid and changes occur on a daily basis. Making sure our personnel have current knowledge and updated procedures is a priority. Our fire department has partnered with PD to ensure that all our first responders are informed and have the resources to mitigate exposure risk. I briefed the night shift last night, and our fire department training has been open to day shift police officers. Recently, I've met with personnel from the yard and provided them with an opportunity to talk about the facts and mitigation of the outbreak. The good news is that overall, 80% of COVID-19 cases are mild and do not require hospitalization. The other 20% are the ones we worry about, and that is why we need to focus on mitigation. Stop the spread now. And we as a community can do that. Common signs of COVID-19 include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Call your doctor if you think you have symptoms of COVID-19. People who are mildly ill with COVID-19 can isolate at home during their illness. Try and restrict your activities to home except for getting medical care. Do not go out into work, public places, or school, or use public transport if you are sick. Cough with a tissue and wash your hands. As far as our high-risk populations, the governor has recommended that people over the age of 65 and those with chronic medical conditions stay at home. We have reached out to our senior living facility partners in the city, both in person and via email, to assist with mitigation planning. The response level from our senior living facilities has been exceptional. They are working hard to mitigate the threat that COVID-19 poses to their residents. I cannot stress enough to our older adults and those with chronic health problems, please avoid crowds, keep space between you and others, stay away from sick people, wash your hands, and do not touch your face. Do what you need to do to reduce your risk as much as possible. The CDC and Orange County Department of Health have excellent resources available. They're available at ochealthinfo.com and cdc.gov. Thank you.
We as firefighters are taking responsibility for staying healthy on duty and off duty. At work, we're practicing social distancing. We're taking voluntary temperatures twice a day and sanitizing the rigs and fire stations twice a day. Taking every opportunity we can to make sure that we remain healthy and we abide by the recommendations of the CDC, Orange County Health, and our local partners. We will continue to readjust our operational direction as we provide new and updated information to you that we receive from the entities that are technical experts. The health of you and the health of our fire department and the health of this city is of paramount importance to us, and we're here to support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chiefs. I also think it's important to hear from our Community Services Manager, Rob Frizzell. He has a lot of information for our senior community and our youth. So let's hear from Rob Frizzell.
Hi, my name is Rob Frizzell, and I'm the Community Services Director for the City of Fountain Valley. Our Recreation and Community Services Department is extremely proud to be providing essential senior services during this time of need. Currently, we're teaming up with Orange County Meals on Wheels to provide 5 meals weekly to seniors in our community. We are also working with our Hop On Senior Transportation Program to provide access to medical care and other areas around the community. If you would like more information, please contact the Fountain Valley Senior Center. In addition, for those in our community that would like to get outdoors during this time, we encourage you to visit the city's website to see the current schedule of park programs and services available to the community. For more information, please contact our Recreation Center at 714-839-8611. Thank you.
Just a reminder, if you need to contact City Hall, please call first or email. There are instructions outside the door. If you need to come into City Hall, you'll be directed on how to do that. Remember to check on your friends and neighbors, especially those who are maybe elderly and cannot get out on their own. See if they need something. Remember that loneliness is part of this staying in place, and we can avoid that by reaching out to others. Also, follow your health and safety recommendations that are available on the city website. We're all in this together, and we are all part of the solution. So do your part, stay well, stay healthy, and remember to contact us if you need something. Thank you very much.